The House set to vote on lifting the oil export ban, and this 40-year-old measure is generating a lot of heat on the campaign trail. Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush supporting lifting the ban, saying it will fuel growth and jobs, while Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton would only support the bill if it came with concessions from the oil and gas industry. Joining us right now is, with more on this, is one of the sponsors of the bill, Senator Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Andrew.
So what are you telling Hillary Clinton? What can you do to get her behind this? If you even care for her to be behind it.
I've been really focused on getting something done right now, which means we're dealing with this White House. We're dealing with my colleagues in the Democratic caucus who show a lot of willingness to lift the ban, a lot of willingness to have a discussion, but it has to be a broader bill. And that's one of the things I've been talking to the industry about, talking to the Republican sponsors about.
What does that mean, though, broader?
I think it's going to have to take a look at something for renewables. It's going to have to maybe take a look at something for energy efficiency. It's going to have to be something that's not just focused on the oil and gas industry.
Can we turn our attention to it for a moment, to the Export-Import Bank?
Oh, yeah.
What do you
sure
think,
can.
Where does this stand? What is really going to happen here?
Well, I think the good news is we understand that they're moving with the discharge petition, which I think there was in the House, which there was some hesitancy to do as long as Speaker Boehner was going to continue as Speaker. No one really wanted to challenge him that way. We have this kind of free spot before he resigns. I think that's a good sign. If we can get a discharge petition, get a vote, and get it over here, then it really is incumbent on us to hold majority leadership here to their promise to give us a vote and get this done.
What do you think of the... Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that Boeing is announcing that there may be over $1 billion worth of sales in jeopardy overseas because of this problem.
The implications of Boehner leaving, long term, in your mind?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think that it's more of the same. I think it's an ungovernable conference. I think that until they actually completely have it out, I think he's right to say they're false prophets. I think that his frustration level reached a point where he knew he couldn't lead the conference. I think there's some hope that McCarthy can. But at the end of the day, how the American public views this institution seems irrelevant here. We aren't getting it done. We're looking at a shutdown which cost the economy $28 billion last time we did it, and the Congress did it. And we just can't seem to put the people and our economy ahead of our politics, and that's enormously frustrating for a lot of us who actually want to get things done.
We had headlines this morning about Putin, who actually just came out and said that he's going to have this emergency meeting, of course, after he already launched his airstrikes, came here to the U.S., had a conversation with the president. All looks like a bit of theater. What should the president do about all this?
I think the president should lift the ban on oil exports. And that may sound, there's a lot of ways that we can push back. We can try and contain what's happening in Russia. But one of the easiest ways to contain what's happening in Russia is compete with them for oil markets. And so for me, the oil export issue is not just about national energy security. It's not just about making sure that our production industry is healthy, but it's also about using this great technology that we have for a force of good in the world, make sure that international communities who are favorable to us can buy oil from us and not Russia.
I like the way you brought that all back, but is there anything else we should be doing beyond that?
I think that the sanctions are obviously hurting. I believe the sanctions are hurting Russia. I think depressed oil prices are clearly hurting Russia. They're a one-note economy, and I know you think that I'm dodging it, but I truly do believe the most impactful thing that we can do is actually export our oil.
Okay, we're going to watch for that. We appreciate your time, Senator. It's always great to see you.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.